In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NBA games happening on October 22nd, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Knicks versus Boston Celtics. The NBA regular season is fast approaching, with Tuesday marking the highly anticipated start. The excitement begins at TD Garden, where the Boston Celtics will host the New York Knicks in a thrilling opening night matchup. Both teams enter the season with high hopes, but the Knicks, one of the most active teams during the offseason, will have the challenging task of trying to spoil the Celtics' banner-raising ceremony. The question is, can the revamped Knicks derail the defending champions on such a special night? The New York Knicks enter the new season after falling short in last year's playoffs, where they were eliminated in the second round. They finished with an impressive 50-32 record, but management decided the roster needed a shake-up to push the team further. In a bold move, the Knicks acquired Mikal Bridges and traded Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to land Karl Anthony Towns, who is expected to elevate their scoring potential and provide the spacing Jalen Brunson needs to thrive. Injuries also played a role in the team's struggles last season, with Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa missing significant time. Both players are expected to have bounce-back campaigns, further solidifying New York's interior presence. The addition of Towns raises the Knicks' potential ceiling, but it also heightens expectations. While it's reasonable to predict another 50-plus win season, it remains uncertain whether they can advance deeper into the postseason this time around. On the other side, the Boston Celtics are riding high after capturing the NBA championship last season. They dominated the competition, finishing the regular season with a stellar 64-18 record and winning 16 of their 19 playoff games. Despite Kristaps Porzingis missing most of the postseason due to injury, the Celtics cruised to a title. Unsurprisingly, Boston made minimal moves during the offseason, choosing to maintain continuity and rely on the core that brought them success. This year's goal remains unchanged. Anything short of another championship will be seen as a failure, with key stars like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown poised to lead the way, especially after their limited roles and Team Usa's disappointing FIBA World Cup performance. The Celtics appear locked in and motivated to repeat their success. Recent trends favor Boston, as they hold a 5-1 straight-up record and a 4-1 against the spread mark in their last 6 meetings with the Knicks. While New York looks promising on paper with its new acquisitions, the team is still a work in progress, and chemistry will take time to build. The Celtics, on the other hand, return nearly the same lineup that carried them to a championship, making them a well-oiled machine. Although every season brings its own set of challenges, Boston doesn't need to change much. When something works, you stick with it. Expect the Celtics to dominate in the paint while creating space on the perimeter with Derek White, Sam Hauser, and others, allowing them to build an early lead. Although the Knicks offer an interesting value as underdogs, this might not be the best spot to back them. If they live up to expectations, the odds of catching them as underdogs later in the season will be rare. The Celtics, however, could be slightly vulnerable without Porzingis, and with the emotional distraction of Banner Night, there's always the chance of a letdown performance. Even so, New York's reliance on new players like Towns and Bridges means it could take some time for them to fully integrate into the system. Without Robinson and Achiuwa, the Knicks are also missing key pieces in the front court, making it difficult to compete physically with a team like Boston, which brings back nearly its entire championship roster intact. With the Celtics raising their championship banner and receiving their rings, it wouldn't be surprising to see some early rust or distractions. The Knicks certainly have the talent to pull off an upset, and Towns and Bridges will play crucial roles if they hope to spoil the celebration. Jalen Brunson is likely to have a standout performance, but unless he gets more consistent support from his teammates, New York may struggle to keep pace with the reigning champions. The Knicks should flirt with covering the spread, but they may find it challenging to generate easy scoring opportunities near the basket, especially with Boston's disciplined defense. So the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The over has hit in 21 of the Knicks' last 28 games, producing a 43% return on investment. As road underdogs, New York went 18-12 against the over last season, while the Celtics saw 28 of 52 games as home favorites hit the over. Boston returns all of its top 11 scorers from last season's squad, which was one of the most efficient offenses in NBA history, averaging 122 points per 100 possessions. They also kept turnovers low, committing just 12.1 per 100 possessions. The Knicks, who ranked 4th in offensive efficiency last season, will aim to capitalize on their newly acquired scorers, with Towns and Bridges both capable of producing 15 to 20 points per game. Although New York is still figuring out how all the new pieces fit, the motivation to perform well against the defending champs should keep them competitive from the start. Defensively, the Celtics are projected to be solid once again, though the absence of Porzingis could make their rim protection slightly vulnerable. At the same time, the Knicks' interior defense will also be compromised, with Robinson and Achille sidelined. Given these circumstances, the game could turn into a higher scoring affair, with both teams finding ways to exploit each other's weaknesses in the paint. With these factors in mind, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Los Angeles Lakers. A pair of Western Conference teams will tip off the 2024-2025 NBA season with a showdown in Los Angeles. The Minnesota Timberwolves hit the road to face the Los Angeles Lakers on Tuesday night at the Crypto.com Arena. Minnesota is coming off a strong 2023-2024 campaign, finishing with a 56-26 record, good for third place in the Northwest Division. Their impressive season culminated in a deep playoff run, advancing to the Western Conference Finals before falling to the Dallas Mavericks in 5 games. On the other hand, the Lakers finished last season with a 47-35 record, placing third in the Pacific Division. They entered the playoffs as the 7th seed but were eliminated in the first round by the Denver Nuggets, also in 5 games. Historically, the Lakers lead the all-time regular season series between the two teams with an 85-44 advantage, though the Timberwolves had the upper hand last season by winning 3 of the 4 meetings, including a 127-117 victory on the road in their latest matchup on April 7, 2024. After this matchup, Minnesota will continue their early season stretch with games against the Sacramento Kings and Toronto Raptors. Last season, the Timberwolves won 56 games and clinched a playoff series for the first time since the 2003-2004 season, but their ambitious front office decided that more changes were necessary to reach championship contention. The offseason saw Minnesota make a major trade, sending longtime star Karl Anthony Towns to the New York Knicks in exchange for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. This shakeup not only restructured the roster but also increased the pressure on Naz Reid to step up as a reliable backup. The addition of Randle offers Edwards more space to operate on offense, though Randle's ability to stay healthy will be crucial for the trade to pay off. DiVincenzo brings toughness and depth to the rotation, adding another shooter to stretch the floor. However, Minnesota faces uncharted territory. They've never won 50 or more games in consecutive seasons, nor have they secured playoff series victories in back-to-back years. With Edwards now emerging as the team's clear focal point, the Timberwolves are looking to build momentum and establish a new identity moving forward. The Lakers, meanwhile, will follow this game with contests against the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings. Last season, Los Angeles tallied 47 wins but was bounced from the playoffs in the first round, ushering in a new era under head coach J.J. Redick. The roster remained largely intact, with Taurean Prince being the only notable departure to the Milwaukee Bucks. As usual, the Lakers will rely heavily on LeBron James and Anthony Davis, while Austin Reeves is expected to continue his development as a reliable two-way player. The biggest question mark lies with D'Angelo Russell, who must show more consistency if the Lakers hope to contend. The availability of key role players such as Gabe Vincent, Cam Reddish, and Jarrett Vanderbilt, each of whom missed significant time last season, will also be pivotal for the second unit's success. There's reason for skepticism, as Redick's first year on the bench comes with inevitable growing pains, and the roster outside of James, Davis, and Reeves lacks proven reliability. Nonetheless, if the Lakers' core trio stays healthy, they'll have a chance to compete in a crowded Western Conference. Both teams are dealing with some early season injury concerns. The Lakers are still without Christian Wood, who remains sidelined, while the Timberwolves are monitoring Naz Reid's status after he missed the final preseason game due to a shoulder voter impingement. Minnesota's retooled roster brings some intriguing dynamics into this game. The trade of Towns allows for better spacing on offense, which was previously hindered by the combination of Towns and Rudy Gobert sharing the floor. DiVincenzo, who made 283 three-pointers last season while shooting an impressive 40.1% from beyond the arc, will play a key role in improving Minnesota's perimeter game. In contrast, the Lakers' core remains unchanged, raising questions about whether James and Davis, now 39 and 31 years old, respectively, can continue to carry the heavy burden over the course of another grueling season. Given Minnesota's improved shooting and added depth with Randall, DiVincenzo, and Joe Ingles, the Timberwolves appear to have the edge heading into this contest. Minnesota's offseason overhaul suggests they are ready to fully commit to building around Anthony Edwards, who now has more room to flourish with Towns no longer in the picture. The Timberwolves surprised many by reaching the Western Conference Finals last season, and their upgrades should make them even more competitive. The Lakers, on the other hand, have developed a pattern of sluggish starts in recent seasons. LeBron James is aging, and while Davis has taken on a more prominent leadership role, the team's success still hinges on both stars performing at their best. With Ridic implementing new systems and strategies, the Lakers could face early growing pains, making the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites our full-game side pick. From a betting perspective, the total points market is worth a close look. Minnesota's games went over the total 41 times last season, with one game resulting in a push, giving them a 41-40-1 record in relation to the over. However, the Timberwolves struggled with ball security, ranking 22nd in the league with 14.2 turnovers per game. Additionally, their pace was relatively slow, as they averaged just 97.1 possessions per game, ranking 24th in the league. In contrast, the Lakers had a stronger track record with the over, finishing with a 47-34-1 mark during the regular season. They also played at a much faster pace, ranking 4th in the league with 100.9 possessions per game, but turnovers were still a concern as they averaged 14 miscues per contest, ranking 19th in the league. Historically, these two teams tend to play high-scoring games against each other. 3 of their 4 meetings last season went over the total, with each of those contests featuring at least 229 points, while the lone under resulted in a 214-point game. The Timberwolves' offensive potential should be higher this season with the additions of Randall and DiVincenzo, along with the improved spacing they'll have by moving away from the Gobert-Towns pairing. Meanwhile, the Lakers' defense struggled last year, often allowing too many field goal attempts and failing to secure key rebounds. Given the offensive upgrades for Minnesota and the fast tempo at which the Lakers like to play, this game has all the makings of another high-scoring affair. For that reason, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.